Hey y'all, welcome to the Memoirs of a Sinner, a personal growth podcast by Her Kinkz. A few years ago, I became aware of an app called Be My Eyes. It's an app that helps the visually impaired seek the help of someone with vision to assist them in a task. Over 7 million sighted volunteers are available daily to help assist a little over 500,000 people who lack in that area. As a person with vision, we often find ourselves in circumstances where we too need help seeing what we think we can see, but don't see. T.D. Jakes said in a sermon recently to leave room to consider that you may be in the wrong. In the New Testament, we see the Pharisees, people whose livelihood is centered around knowing the things of God, seeing without sight. They have the eyes to see but no vision. In the same sermon, Jakes talked about how as a people, just like our phones, we also require an update. Last season, God may have said one thing, and we're supposed to build from that. But like a game of Jenga, sometimes what we are building on needs a piece that's holding things together to be removed so that we don't miss out on our turn. It is imperative that we be open to the possibility that what we perceive can have us fighting against God and not with Him. Yes, you heard from God in one season, and God didn't lie. There's evidence of that. But today, Isaiah 43, verses 18 through 19, in the NLT version, but forget all that. It is nothing compared to what I'm going to do. For I'm about to do something new. See, I have already begun. Do you not see it? I will make a pathway through the wilderness. I will create rivers in the dry wasteland. Not only will God open your eyes to something new, but He creates a path for it. In Mark chapter 8, a blind man from Bethsaida came to Jesus, and he begged Jesus to touch him. Jesus took the blind man by the hand and brought him out of the village, spitting on his eyes and laying his hands on him and giving him sight. Imagine the blind man being so used to being blind that when the opportunity presented itself for him to have sight, he rejected it due to an old mindset. Instead of getting in the presence of God and being updated so that what he was without in one season, he can now obtain in another. In Acts chapter 9, Saul, whose name was changed to Paul, thought he was doing something for God by persecuting Christians. Until you get to verse 3, and a light shined down on him from heaven. Jesus himself is like, bro, what are you doing persecuting me? He is now in the presence of God for himself, having an encounter and receiving an update. Notice he had vision prior, but in verse 8, he was blind until someone came in the physical and laid hands on him. This goes to show you how much God values partnership and not doing life alone. In every season, He ensures we have a helper, the helper we need for that season to help us see what we can't see. Yes, we need the presence of God in a personal encounter, but He also gives us someone to help confirm with us in public what He talks to us about in private. Someone with vision being our eyes and helping us accomplish what's going on in our current season. If you ain't know, well, now you know that God is never going to give you someone to help you who isn't strong where you are weak, or vice versa. From the beginning, in Genesis chapter 2, God saw that Adam had an area of lack. He had provided Adam with everything except for someone to help him do what he couldn't do by himself. So He created Eve, and together they had purpose. Adam woke up to an update. Every time I think I know God and I'm becoming wise, He has to update me, and I find out just how foolish I still am. Knowing what you don't know is wisdom, but God consists of so much more that the highest IQ still doesn't scratch the surface of understanding his ways. Sometimes our fear of being wrong has us rejecting new information. We don't want to not be right about how we think, and that's where humility steps in. Revelations 21:5. And the one sitting on the throne said, "Look, I am making everything new." And then he said to me, "Write this down, for what I tell you is trustworthy and true." I love you all in real life. If you'd like to stay connected, you can follow me on Instagram at the Insta About Her, TheinstaAboutHer, and make sure you subscribe and leave a review.